The Department of War drops Anthropic like a bad habit. Just a few days ago, President Trump announced that ongoing in the next few months, they're going to be withdrawing from Claude's AI, aka Anthropic. And here's a statement from the CEO on the matter. This is Proxy Tech. I read all the latest tech stuff so you guys don't have to. Let's see what we got going on here. So as per the statement from Anthropic CEO, I believe deeply in existential importance of using AI to defend the United States and other democracies to defeat our autocratic adversaries. Anthropic has therefore worked proactively to deploy our models to the Department of War and intelligence community. We were the first frontier AI company to deploy our models in the U.S. government's classified networks. The first to deploy them at national laboratories and the first to provide custom models for national security customers. Claude is extensively deployed across the Department of War and other national security agencies for mission-critical applications such as intelligence analysis, modeling, and simulation, operational planning, cyber operations, and more. And speaking of that, they were the first to catch this dude. We're the first to catch this guy right here. This guy that just got caught. I read an article, not sure how true it was, that they use Claude to help catch this guy. So it's kind of crazy to think. Anthropic has also acted to defend America's lead in AI, even when it's against the company's short-term interests. We chose to forego $700 million in revenue to cut off the use of cloud by firms linked to Chinese Communist Party, some of who have been designated by the Department of War as Chinese military companies, shut down CCP-sponsored cyber attacks that attempted to abuse Claude, and have advocated for strong export controls on chips to ensure a democratic advantage. Anthropic understands that the Department of War, not private companies, makes military decisions. We have never raised objections to particular military operations nor attempted to limit the use of our technology in an ad hoc manner. However, in a narrow set of cases, we believe AI can undermine rather than defend democratic values. Some users are also simply outside the bounds of what today's technology can safely and reliably do. I'm reading this slow because I'm like interpreting it in real time. And I can't help but think, while I'm reading this specific paragraph, it just reminds me of Snowden. You know, if you know, you know. Snowden. If you don't know who that is, look into who Snowden is. And go watch his podcast on the JRE. He took that from Russia. But that guy was born in the U.S. So, you know, that should be a hook right there for you. Two such use cases have never been included in our contracts with the Department of War, and we believe they should not be included now. Mass domestic surveillance, and this is what Snowden talked about too. He mentioned this specifically, and that's why he's, you know, espionage now, right? Or whatever they call it. He's John Wick excommunicated. He's not coming back to the U.S. They're not taking him back no more. If anything, I think they got a contract on his head. But I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me. We support the use of AI for lawful foreign intelligence and counterintelligence missions, but using these systems for mass surveillance is incapable with democratic values. AI-driven mass surveillance presents serious novel risks to our fundamental liberties. To the extent that such surveillance is currently legal, this is only because the law has not yet caught up with the rapidly growing capabilities of AI. So pretty much, I know that the government can purchase essentially information from some of these web browsing and web opportunities that Americans go on without a warrant. You know, I remember reading that in a separate article, and he's referencing right here. They can They can purchase detailed records of people just from web browsing. Look at that. From web browsing. And pretty much his AI allows people to do it or allows the government to do it, on a massive scale. So, I mean, it's definitely something to think about. It's a red flag right there. That's why they seem to back out of the government's deal. Fully autonomous weapons. Now, I mean, I don't know about you. First thing I'm thinking about is Terminator. Partially autonomous weapons like those used today in Ukraine are vital for defense and democracy. Even fully autonomous weapons, those that take humans out of the loop entirely and automate selecting and engaging targets, may prove critical for our national defense. But today, frontier AI systems are simply not reliable enough to fully power autonomous weapons. We will not only provide a product that puts American warfighters and civilians at risk, we have offered to work directly with the Department of War on R&D to improve reliability of these systems, but they have not accepted this offer. In addition, without proper oversight, fully autonomous weapons cannot be relied upon to exercise the critical judgment that our highly trained professional troops exhibit every day. Wow, this is crazy. So essentially, I mean, now I even think I seen something, Sam Altman's OpenAI, so ChatGPT, I think they just got into an agreement with the Department of War now, and they're going to be providing their AI to the government. And if you think about the reason why Claude backed out of the deal, the Department of War isn't going to let somebody else embed if they're not upheeding or accepting these two possibilities. So what does that tell you? I mean, you put two and two together, ChatGPT pretty much is probably saying to the Department of War, I'd assume, I haven't read the full article, that they're all right with the Department of War using AI for both of these. So, I don't know. I think that's pretty crazy. But, I mean, all in all, I'm still pro AI. Right? I still think that from a civilian side, lots of good stuff you can do with it. But, I mean, let's just say it's above my pay grade. Okay? Definitely lots of malicious things that can happen. It's definitely scary. I'm not going to sit here and be oblivious and say it's not. It's scary for sure. The possibilities, you can get an Ultron for all we know. So who knows, man? Who knows where that goes? Let me know what you guys think about this. If ChatGPT is in bed with the government now and they're supplying their AI to the Department of War, how do you feel for the fact that they pretty much more than likely said to the Department of War, like, hey, we're all right with you doing both of these right here. Right? So looking forward to see you guys in the next one.